wild statements and say, we should be going out for things like that. That's not the way municipal government works.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Mayor, I'm Francine Anderson. Mr. Mayor, I have quite a few things to talk about today. I'm going to try to get as many as I can in my 3 minutes. First of all, I have a list of questions, and I would like to know, first of all, why did this board have a meeting on yesterday in which you had a budget amendment listed as a part of what you were going to talk about on the agenda? You got the public no opportunity to speak. So I have for that to let you know to the PAC, because I think you know that anytime you talk about budget, that the public should have some information. So since you didn't give me an opportunity to get my information on yesterday, I'll take my opportunity to do that today. So on your, which Trustee Hayes probably read part of the statement on yesterday and did not complete it, but in your budget summary, dated November 14th, and on your page 1, 2, and I believe this is 3, and in your paragraph 2 about the police department, in which you failed to continue to say, it says the police officers have not received their contractual allowances for approximately 2 years while this subject is being a collective bargaining. I would like to know what happened, because when I was in the seat, we voted to have some of that taken care of, so why is it still 2 years behind? And I only lost the election in April, so you only been in the seat since May. So something is missing, and I would like to know. I'll forward it. The correct answer. Well, if it's 3 years behind, and we voted when I was sitting in Trustee Chavez's seat to take care of it, why is it still 2 years behind? I want to ask the trustee. I'm on the fact. I'm going to for you. Matter of fact, let's see if the federal government can come and see what you're doing with our money, because something is wrong.
You were on the board, and you're asking now, and you say, what is the board bill? The mayor's right here. Ask the mayor whether they were.
Okay, Mr. Mayor. Well, you guys said it's still over 2 years.
You've been answering.
You said it's still 3 years. And you already gave permission for them to settle.
Are you hostile?
Are you being hostile now?
Right.
Or better yet, let's talk about the police department's overtime. Since I know what was voted on then, and I don't know what you're doing now, but it looks like some kind of improprieties. Excuse me. Let's talk about the overtime. This is not what I got from others, but let's go back and research. Since you want to talk about, you yesterday said to get rid of 2 police officers in order to pay Fox. You don't have to do that, because once you look at the overtime amount that you have been expending, let's look at Police alone. For the last 4 years, he's made over $30,000 of his salary. That's enough to pay. Not all of the officers, what they've made, but just to leave us alone. At $30,000 a year, overtime, come on. Don't fool the citizens. But Trustee Burgess, your estimator would be wonderful if you would put the numbers. Because if Robertson gave you this, why aren't Robertson identifying themselves? That's a question for you, Trustee Burgess.
They don't sign nothing.
Mr. Mayor, I think the important thing the residents should know is the budget. That the budget during 2010, 2011, and prior to that, the overtime was $300,000, which was discussed yesterday. But we dropped that down in this year's budget down to $180,000. So again, the overtime, when you look at officers, the board has nothing to do with the overtime they have. It's all through collective bargaining and their bargaining unit. And how they get to receive their overtime is through their union contract. So this board gives no one overtime. So I think that, especially from the trustee who understands overtime, the trustee that sat on this board, again, things were said. We discussed things last night. We had a mayor stand here and say on this board for almost three years and says something's got to be done about this overtime. Well, I agree. Something's got to be done about the overtime. That's why this year we dropped the budget from $300,000 down to $180,000. I agree, something's got to be done about this overtime. But don't sit on this board for 3 years and all of a sudden now it's election year say something's got to be done about this overtime.
Well, since you're saying that, hold on. Since you're saying that, I've been bringing this to this board attention for all 3 years, and for the same thing for the leadership that over there that's causing this overtime, and the board's not saying anything about it.
And
But
Mr.
yet and still, that's what this board want, that same type of leadership that is creating this overtime, and that's what the board wanted in place.
And let's go there, Mr. Mayor. So we'll go back to November of 2010. Let's look at the overtime. In the last 60 days, since the mayor's appointment has been there, November 10 of 2010, overtime was $11,800. It's a change. November of 2011, overtime was $25,700 plus dollars. Let's look at December 2010. Overtime was $11,800. December 2011, overtime was $23,100 and some change. January 2011 was $14,600 and change. January 2012, $18,579. That's the last 3 months. So, Mr. Mayor, you talk about wanting to bring the same individuals in there to reduce the overtime. The proof is not there. The proof is in the number.
The proof is not there. You're correct about that, but the proof is going to be there.
Right?
The proof is going to be there. You're going to see that. That's one thing you're going to point out. Overtime in the police department is going to stop. If anybody gets tangled up in this weed, they'll get tangled up in this weed. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead. Ma'am, your time. Go ahead.
First of all,
Go ahead.
I have Mr. Benson standing.
Trustee.
I make a motion to remove this from the floor for attacking the president.
Trustee.
There was a second for that motion.
You have a motion on the motion, Mayor.
There was a motion and a second.
You move her from the floor. Move her first. But you don't touch me.
We have a trustee
Put
attacking
your
the
hands up.
president.
We have a village president attacking.
We got a village president attacking the trustee office.
Now y'all coming all that mess. don't